Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your end of July 2024 general tarot update. It's Raina here. How do you like that for a kicker off for a card? Yeah, I'm sitting in a place. I don't know. There, that might be better. Beautiful. Okay. So the heart of the matter is the Tower card, and I've done your August forecast where I was talking about the eclipse season or the portal, which can extend even before the actual dates. And so I was referring to the Pisces lunar eclipse in September, but there's also I wouldn't say that in August you would necessarily feel that, or definitely not July, but there will be a solar eclipse in your sign, and and that's in early October. But I always see the Tower card as the eclipses. So it might have been the lunar eclipse back in March that this is referring to, in the fallout from that, how that has affected your life for better or worse. And I don't think it's ever for worse. It's just that it might be that it's not as easy to navigate sometimes these massive changes. So the Tower card can be like when something can't remain how it is anymore. Something has to give. There has to be, it's like the volcano that finally erupts. And I don't mean that you're going to erupt in anger or anything, but with Libra, there's a lot of times there's like a sublimation of anger, so you do have to be mindful of that. I think it's more about a situation that you haven't been like tending to, and maybe magically hoping it's going to get better. Like, so a relationship that you can just tell is not in sync, or maybe you have a major conflict within the relationship, but you kind of do your own thing and you just let it fester. And finally, it's like the lancing of a boil. It has to happen that way eventually, and or in the work place. And whatever the Tower moment is for you in the next couple of weeks. Okay, we have that full moon that's in fellow cardinal sign Capricorn. That's going to be in your fourth house of home and family. So these could be, with full moons, it could bring some kind of secret that comes out that can kind of blow things wide open. And that can feel like someone's world is just like, oh my God. But really what it's doing is that it's helping you to see what wasn't coming to light, so that you can make the decisions that you can make are made, knowing full well what is going on around you. It's actually a very good thing. In the past position, there is the Son of Pentacles, which is the daughter, which is, oh my document, I just woke up, so I said, which is the daughter of Pentacles. Son of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is Taurus type of energy. If you're having some kind of affair with somebody and it gets exposed, but the Knight of Pentacles energy is very like a workhorse type of energy. So if you're working really hard and you still find that your job is maybe when I do pull this card, this isn't something that's going to happen. So you would already be dealing with this. If you have recently lost your job and you feel like really that this is unfair because you worked really hard, and you were very consistent, that's what the Knight of Pentacles can be about. It can feel like a slap in the face. It can feel like something, but it's really, this is kind of like a new age cliche these days. It's really happening for you instead of to you, because there's something there for you to be grateful for. Maybe, I would say most of the time the person was not happy, whether it's a relationship and the other person walks out and you thought that it was going to last forever. If you really probe deeply, you probably were not happy with that situation, but you didn't have the wherewithal to leave. And so the universe beat you to it. So it's messy, but it's not something that is fatal. It's not something that you can't recover from. The higher message is the star card, which is faith in unseen forces. Being able to have hope in spite of the circumstances around you. What I do when it is especially difficult, when it feels like I can't see, 2 inches in front of me, is whatever I'm seeing right now is the past. It's not the future, and it isn't the present. Meaning that, you made choices in the past that created the situation that is you're living right now, but it doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. You can experience a different reality, starting today based on the things that you do. You can build towards a different reality. So it's very helpful to look at life that way rather than feeling victimized, like somehow you are, wallowing in this negative situation and it's going to always stay that way. So grabbing that bit of hope, sometimes it can be even signs that people who have crossed over leave. Now, this could be that too, like a sudden death of someone. Again, this would be something that has already happened that you're grappling with. And, maybe they were somebody that you thought was very, I was going to use the word reliable, but it means that you thought that they were going to just be there forever because they're just so steadfast. And they may leave you signs. Libra's an air sign, so you might find it hard to really grasp these things. Perhaps there might be some kind of thing that you find on the ground and you go, oh my gosh, that was, symbolic of something that they were into. Or like some kind of butterfly or hummingbird or something comes by you and it's so unusual that you normally wouldn't see that. And that gives you inspiration to press on. What crosses you is the Emperor card. And it's funny, this is the card of the Father. So the Father archetype, because what the Emperor represents is the authority figure. And so it can even be like, in our society, authority figures like cops or soldiers, military people. And this might be the person that kind of left your life suddenly. But the thing is that other than that, I would say that for you, it may be tempting because of this Tower card to just like say, okay, I had the rug pulled out from under me, so that gives me license to just kind of fall apart and not have the discipline that's associated with the Emperor. But probably and I wouldn't say this is true 100% of the time, because I know I know with someone with my natal Neptune in the 6th house, which can be your daily routine, I know that I'm certainly not like the Emperor, and it's not like necessarily a good thing sometimes. Sometimes if you are a very like disciplined and organized person, sometimes it's good to just have a time when you just kind of like let go of all those routines, because then, like let's say you lost your job and you had all these routines that anchored your daily life, and maybe it would be a good idea to kind of, go against this so that you could recalibrate. But, sometimes the best thing you could do is just to continue having that routine, even if you're not leaving the house at 6 o'clock every morning. So I can't say that one is better than the other. But I will say that in some cases, this may be a situation where um, you just believe that since you don't have like a job or a relationship, like it could like trigger some kind of feelings of chaos in your life in general. And so the more that you can um, maybe continue to go to bed at the same time, like, so some people, they might normally be very disciplined, and then they're like, okay, and it gives them license to stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning because they don't have to go to work the next day, but then they feel crap. So, it's not like allowing yourself to go into these to spiral downwards. Like your habits, your good habits can serve you well in times of chaos. What's coming in, I'll hold it upright. Not that it's going to be very self-explanatory. This is the Eight of Cups. I have to make sure because some of these cards, it's really hard to tell. In the upright position, the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind what no longer serves you. And there's kind of like a spiritual mission that the person may be embarking upon. When it's reversed, the person may refuse to move on from a situation. And even if you don't have a choice, like if somebody leaves you, you may not leave them emotionally. And that can have a negative impact on your life as a whole, because it can actually be very draining to remain like caught in this. If you're a Libra person with a Venus in Scorpio, maybe of the moon in a water sign, this can be something that is hard for you to navigate if you're not the one initiating a split of some sort, especially of the romantic variety, because you might feel rejected. You might feel like that somebody does not approve of you, that you did something wrong, and you didn't act in a way, and it's really, to me, the phrase that came into my mind is letting go of my power. And I would say that for the Emperor as well. It's human, it's natural to feel like you don't have power if some event happens that you did not ask for on a conscious level. I do believe we ask for these things on a different level, but it doesn't mean that it's just easy to navigate. So it can feel very challenging and emotionally hard to move on from. The reason I kind of like oohed and ahhed is because the outcome card is the Seven of Wands. And I look at this as the eternal flame. The Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. Now, I kind of paused because I was thinking, usually this card I'm interpreting when somebody is in a situation where they're not being treated properly, they might be under siege. And by cultivating that inner flame, it's like no matter what happens on the outside, they know that they have this mission and this passion that is theirs and theirs alone, that is based on their path, what they came here to do. And they're tending to that flame in a very private way. It's just kind of like their spiritual backbone in a way. So regardless of, whatever the tower represents, you still have this inner flame that you can stoke. And that means, it came to my mind, to thine own self be true. And a line from Shakespeare is that Libra represents the partnership. So sometimes Libra people can become codependent and they can lose themselves. And when you lose yourself, you forget your mission. You forget why you came here. Your partner came here for their own thing, and you came here for your own thing. So what is that? And how do you nurture your passion project? That may be a question that is very important for you at this time. Okay, Libra, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double deep dive readings because they're a package deal, so they're discounted. An hour of natal chart analysis, an hour of transits for a special price. I have one with one of those types of readings and the tarot, but if you want all three, that's called the whole enchilada. And I also have single readings. Besides single readings of those, I have love readings and career readings and looking at your child's chart for talents and just their temperament, characteristics. You can find out more information at the link below. Thank you for watching. Bye.